everyone, welcome to another Fight of the Night review. This one took place last night at the T-Mobile Arena in Paradise, Nevada, United States. It was one of the main card fights between Darren Till and Dricus Plessis, and as always I'm going to try and break it down round by round and remember as much as I can, so let's see how far we get with that. We begin, as always, with the first round, and it's not really much to talk about if I'm being honest, so Till maybe goes for a punch or something, but immediately Dricus takes Till down, and Till doesn't stay on the ground long, but Dricus has Till's back against the cage and in a standing position, and he's just wailing on him with a lot of left hands, like over the guard, under the guard, really good uppercuts, and then Till switches positions, and then he starts getting blasted with the right hand, and this happens for literally half the round. There's not really much to mention about it, just, Till gets punched a lot in the face, and then he gets punched a bit more in the face, and then eventually Dricus does take Till down again and sort of drag him down with him. And goes for a rear naked choke, not really much coming of it. Darren does manage to evade the rear naked chokes really well. And Dricus is mostly on top of him for about 4 minutes and 15 seconds. For the last 45 seconds, Till is able to escape from another position. He was taken down another time, I believe, as well before that. But yeah, he goes for some decent shots up top and is mostly in a standing position. I think he gets taken down again near the end of the round. Not really much to talk about though. All in all, round one definitely goes to Plessis. He was just so controlling throughout the entire round. Just landed a lot of really good punches. Had Till on the, not really on the back foot, he was just like controlling him a lot. Just had him against the cage. Mostly just punched him in the face. Swole Darren's left eye shut, and it was actually kind of a nasty visual. But Darren, was battered pretty badly by the end of round one, so I'm giving round one to Dricus. We then get to round two, and at first there's not really that much of an engaging round, but Darren does start landing early. He's because he's the third fighter, and Dricus is more of he can switch, but he's more orthodox. Darren is landing with his right and then with his left. He's landing some really good combos, following up quite well. And the bigger moments come when Dricus does try to shoot again, and Darren counters with a left elbow. And he does this a good couple of times. Dricus tries to step in for some striking, but Darren is able, sorry for my hair, Darren is able to counter with his left elbow, and he does a really great counter with the knee about halfway through round two, I think, and indeed halfway through the fight as well. And he has Dricus more on the back foot in this round, and Darren's landing some really good strikes, really good combos. I forgot to mention a moment near the end of round one as well, where it looked like Till sort of knocked down Dricus, but he didn't. He just sort of tripped him a little bit. It did look like a knockdown, but on further inspection it was not. It was just a trip. Anyway, back to round two. Darren lands his combos a little bit better. Dricus does actually land a good couple of takedowns near the end of the round, but he doesn't have nearly as much control time as he did in round one, and I'm giving round two pretty firmly to Darren, much like round one being very one-sided in the favour of Plessis. Round two was very one-sided in favour of Darren. His striking was just a lot better. He was countering a lot better. He was putting stuff together a lot better. And even though Dricus did get some good takedowns, Darren was again able to evade them fairly easily. And I'm giving round two to Darren. We then get to round three, and it's mostly starting to feel a bit more like a fight of the night this time. Dricus is putting his strikes together a little bit better. He's landing a really good right hand and landing with his left quite well. Darren is landing some really good shots as well. He's putting together his combos a little bit better. He even lands some good body kicks. Speaking of body kicks though, Dricus lands a body kick to Darren that sounds like it stings, like holy hell, it was just a really good snap on it. And round three, the final round of the fight, is very sort of back and forth between the two for the most part. There is an accidental lower blow from Dricus, and Darren has to readjust his cut, but he doesn't take up too much time. The only other foul in this fight, by the way, came in, I don't remember which round, it was one of the first two, but Darren did accidentally poke Dricus in the eye, but it was completely fine and they kept fighting afterwards. And even this break, after Darren was sort of low blow, it didn't really last that long. And they get back in the mix of it. Again, I apologise for my... And they get back in the mix of it, and Darren eats some nasty shots. He does try and throw a few more, but Dricus takes him down, mounts him with some ground and pound. Darren gives up his back. Dricus sinks into face crank, sort of neck crank thing, and Darren taps. So we have to talk about it now, I guess. I'm gonna get it out of the way. This fight is not going in my top 10 of the year. Not just because it's too late, because later fights have, sort of been considered, but no, this fight was just way too one-sided in round one in favour of Dricus, way too one-sided in round two in favour of Darren. Round three was pretty exciting, but the accidental low blow and slowing of the action really ruins it. The most of the action was alright as well. It did dip near the end, leading to the finish as well. And I feel like the finish came by a bit too quick. But, I don't know. I think it was an alright fight. It is one I recommend you go watch, but yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about it, I think is the worst thing. Just, Dricus won round 1, Darren won round 2. It wasn't really even either way, though. Like, Darren didn't really look that much in trouble in round 2. Dricus really didn't look that much in trouble in round 1. Except for maybe the last 45 seconds. I don't know. So now is the future sort of promotion stuff. As for what's next from me, well, tonight I'll be putting up the Deck the Brawls card in full on my YouTube channel, because the stream last night was really, really great. However, last night's stream will be the last stream I ever do in 2022. I will be back with more PPW vs AVW in 2023 with a slight change to the scheduling. I'm not going to say anything just yet because I just want to take a break over Christmas, you know, and just enjoy that because it's a good time of year. I just want to be able to enjoy it at least. So yeah, I'm probably going to be busy with stuff anyway. The only videos I can sort of guarantee are possibly my top 10 fights of 2022. The next Music of the Week episode and the last Music of the Week episode for 2022, and possibly my favourite 30 albums of 2022 as well. I've still got to put the full list things on my Instagram for 2019 to 2020, but I'll do that probably later. But yeah, that's for then. Next thing I'll see you for will probably be Thursday. And as always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye bye.